Hello, friends. Welcome to another session of Inclusive Cloud Neo. We're going to quickly learn how to prepare general credit notes. That is, when you give special discounts or some returns which cannot be handled with sales return and you want to issue credit notes to your customers. We will also quickly look into how to give debit notes to your vendors. So let's dive into the application and learn more. Now, once you come into Inclusive Cloud, you can go into return orders. You can go into customer returns, and here you have credit notes. So you can go into credit notes and you can create a general credit note. So you can click on the general credit note and you can select any customer. You select the warehouse from which you're making this credit note and you can click on proceed. Now the warehouse is important because if you want to generate GSTR1 reports from the system, it will help classify this credit note in the correct warehouse. Also, the credit note sequence or the serial number will come based on warehouse. Now here you can give discount something like this. If I'm giving a discount of 14 rupees on unsold inventory of 150 meters, I can do that. I can select a tax here. Everything is manually selected. So if there is some transportation charge, I can put. And if I want to apply tax to the transportation charges, I can do that. So all these things have come. If I want to give a round off, I can give that. If it has to be given against a certain invoice number, I can write that. Now this invoice number doesn't get checked with the invoices already present in the system. So you kind of need to keep that in mind. Can select a reason. Now these reasons are from the reason master. And if you want to generate an IRN, you can do that. And you can click on create here and create a general credit note. Now, if you see the general credit note print, it will have whatever are you putting on the credit note with the invoice number that you put and the invoice date that you put. And this will appear in the ledger of the customer A1 traders on today's date. So this is how you create a general credit note. Now, in a very similar fashion, you can create a general debit note for your vendors. So you can go to return orders and you can go to vendor returns. And here you also have a menu which can be enabled, which is called general debit note. And by using that, you can issue debit notes to your vendors. Now I can go to my return orders and go to vendor returns. And inside this, now I've got a new menu called as debit note. I can go to vendor debit note and I can create a general debit note. This works very similar to the general credit note that you're giving a customer. So you can select a vendor and you can select your warehouse again and you can keep a debit note. You can also make a backdated debit note date based on the credit note given by the vendor. This helps you reconcile your accounts with the accounts given by the vendor. Here again, you can say whatever you want to do and give the HSN code and in a very similar fashion, create a general debit note. Wasn't it simple? Keep learning with Inclusive Cloud.